Hey everybody, in today's video we are chatting all about Poshmark live shows. My name is Karina, I am a full-time reseller on Poshmark. I also own my own brick and mortar consignment store, and today I'm here with Vendoo to chat all about selling live on Posh shows. I'm sure you guys have already seen as you're scrolling through your Poshmark app what live shows are, but if you are curious to know how to sell on one yourself, then stay tuned. Before we begin, make sure you are subscribed to Vendoo's YouTube channel. They put out videos every single Friday sharing tips and tricks to help you grow and scale your online reselling business. So live selling is one of the newest ways to shop online. It's not just a thing on Poshmark, it's available on a bunch of different platforms, but today we're specifically talking about Posh live shows. Posh shows are only available for US and Canada markets at the moment. But with Posh shows, you can reach a wider audience, connect with your customers, and grow your sales. Even though Posh shows have been available for a couple years, maybe a year and a half, almost 2 years now, it is not quite available to all users. You have to join a waitlist if you are not already part of the program, but they will give you some tips and tricks to help you get started before you join. If you're ready to leverage your Poshmark business with live selling, then let's get started with the video. First, we're going to talk about pre-show, so everything that you need to do before you actually run your show. The more that you prep, the more successful that you will be. First thing we're going to do is schedule our show. In order to schedule your first show, you're going to want to get onto the app and then click on My Posh Shows. From here, you'll be led to this screen and you'll be able to press Create, and it'll take you to this template where you are going to set up your first show. You're going to want to make a cover photo that shares kind of a sneak peek at what you're going to be including in your sale. You can create things on Canva or even on Instagram and just type in maybe some brands that you're going to be including, or if you're going to have like a low start sale, maybe put like $5 start, or you can even put photos of the listings that you are going to be including or a picture of yourself. Whatever you want to do, get creative, make your photo stand out because you want people to click on your show and join, but that's going to be the first step. The next is titling your sale. You guys know how to make a listing on Poshmark. It's the same kind of idea when you're making a title for your Posh show. You want to include as many keywords and SEO words as possible. You want to make sure that you're including words that are going to catch your buyer's attention. So if you're focusing on all free people or all designer or all vintage, you definitely want to make sure that you're including that in the title so that when people are searching for those kinds of sales, your sale is popping up. To add on to that, there is a space for an optional style tag. I highly recommend adding up to 3. That is the limit, but adding style tags or just tags in general that are going to help boost your visibility for your show. The other thing that you need to choose when you're scheduling out your show is whether your show is going to be a live show or a silent auction. A live show means that you're going to be in front of the camera, speaking to your customers, showing your items, and running auctions live, versus a silent show, you're just showing the actual listing. You don't need to talk, you don't need to show yourself on camera, so if you are camera shy, this is a really great way to still participate in live selling. From the buyer's perspective, having a silent show can be really helpful if you're like shopping while you're at work or you're shopping and can't necessarily listen to the video. Being able to shop from a silent show can be advantageous for a number of ways. You can schedule out your show as far in advance as you want. I think the more time that you give yourself, the more time you have to promote your sale and get people excited about it. If you share your sale on other platforms like on Instagram or Facebook or whatever, people can go into your show and actually bookmark it so they'll be notified when you go live. You can choose as many listings as you want to add to your show, but there is a max of 50. To add listings to your scheduled show, you're going to click onto your show and then press the button that says add listings, and then you have a couple options. You can do a quick list, you can add listings that are currently live in your closet, and you can also add shared listings. So just going through these options, quick list means that you are adding a listing on the spot. You can even do this while you are live selling. If you don't have an item that is already preloaded, you can just do one really quick. However, you have to have a second device in order to do that. And you just add the title, category, and size, and it creates like a filler listing in your closet. If you want to add listings that are already live in your closet, you're just gonna go to My Closet, and then you can kind of scroll through your listings and choose which pieces you want to include. And just because something is listed, like for example, I have this Veronica Beard dress that's listed for $180, it's gonna show that in the live sale. However, that doesn't necessarily mean that's the price that I'm gonna start it at. So I'm just gonna show you really quick. When I add this item and I go into my listings in my Posh show, it'll all pull up here. So potential customers can actually scroll through and see what you're going to be selling in the show. You can go to add auction details, and you can say what your starting bid price is going to be and what the duration of that auction will be as well. This is just going to give your customers a really good preview of what you're going to be offering, and so they can kind of gauge if they're going to be interested in staying for your show. Now, I've done sales where I've preloaded items, and I've also done sales where I kind of just did everything on the spot. They can both work. It kind of just depends how engaged your audience is, and honestly how well you are marketing your sale outside of the app. So whether it's on Instagram, or even if you're marketing just through Poshmark, like if you are making listings for it, notifying potential customers, there are so many ways that you can market, but we'll save that for another video. Other ways that you can prep for your live sale is to focus on merchandising. So make sure that your items are clean, that they are on hangers, or that they are just readily available so that you can share what your items look like. I usually like to have a rolling rack with all of my items already hung, so that when it comes time to show that item, I can just pull it off the hanger. They're all in order, so I can stay organized and then just show the item really quickly and put it back on. Some people utilize models or mannequins, but that does take a little bit longer, so just do what works best for you. You can also show pieces that are styled together in your show to kind of encourage people to bundle and save on shipping. Just make sure that whatever way you choose to display your items is clear for the buyer, and that you're showing all of the flaws or features that they need to be aware of. Like I mentioned earlier, you want to make sure you have a second device handy. That could be a tablet or another phone or a desktop computer, so that you can add listings on the go. You may have something that you forgot to input before the show, and if somebody wants to buy that, you want to be ready and able to add things as you are going live. I've had sales where I didn't preload anything, and I kind of just held things up and said, if you want me to run it, I'll make a listing. If you don't want me to run it, I won't. Like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, I have a brick and mortar consignment store, so sometimes when it's slow in the store, I'll just walk around with my camera, with my live show on, and just kind of ask people what they're shopping for, and I take them around my store and show them pieces, and if they want it for whatever price I have it listed for it, then I will create the listing on the spot. There are so many different ways that you can kind of run your own Poshmark show. It just depends how much time you have and what kind of experience you want to serve for the buyer. Another really important thing that I've kind of been mentioning along the way is promoting your live sale. Buyers can be notified anytime that you go live. So if you want to build a following, you should tell your customers to turn on those notifications, and they can do that by going to your profile and just toggling on the option to be notified when you go live. You can also create a listing in your Poshmark closet that's kind of like a save this for later post, where people can like the item, and anytime you go in and drop the price on that item, they will be notified. So I like to do that every time I am going to go live. I will just drop the price of the item, so all the people who have liked it in the past will be notified that I'm going live as well. You can also keep a tally of people's usernames. You can just ask people, like, if you want to be notified. You can keep a running list of people's usernames, like in your notes app, and anytime you're going live, you can create another listing and just tag them in it so they will be aware. You can also share your link for your Posh show and share it to other social media platforms, whether that's Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, wherever you have a following or potential customers, just so that you can get people off the platform as well. All right, now it's showtime. What should you expect when you are actually going live? You'll be able to see a couple things on your screen as a seller. You'll be able to see the count of how many people are in your live. You will also be able to see new people when they join, what their username is, and you also have access to the chat. You can use this as a way to connect with your customers, and obviously since they can't verbally talk to you back, they can chat with you in the comments. There is a little bit of a lag sometimes when it comes to communicating communicating with your buyers through chat, so just be a little bit patient when it comes to that. When you are ready to run your first item, you're gonna go to your list of items that you have preloaded into your shop and then click whichever one you want to go first, set the bid price and the time allotment, and let it run. Shoppers can ask you questions while the items are going, and they can kind of bid on things. I always like to kind of warn buyers that if they make a bid, that it is binding, and try to be aware of what buttons they're pressing so they aren't accidentally purchasing something. But if you are pulling items from your closet that already exist, buyers can actually look at the original listing as they're shopping through your live sale. So if you have measurements on there or other specific photos, it's just a great way to give your buyer more information before they actually make a purchase. You want to be very welcoming to your customers when you are live. You can have some music playing in the background, you can have a cute setup in the background, but just make sure you're chatting with your customers and kind of getting to know them a little bit more. I feel like that really helps with engagement and helps get people to stick around for the whole show and maybe even share the show to other Poshers. Some shoppers may jump in and out of your sale, but don't be discouraged if your viewer count goes down. It will kind of ebb and flow as time goes on. And just have fun with it. The more that you can talk to your customers and just be a good energy, the more likely you're gonna be able to make sales. When you're ready to end your live sale, you can go ahead and press the X in the top right hand corner and end the show. You can end the show whenever you want. However, if there is an auction currently going on, then you have to wait for the auction to end first. After you end the show, you can help support other Poshers by sending your viewers to other shows. This is a great way to just build that community yet again. Posh shows are a great way to gain followers and just gain more attraction to your closet. I've found that even though I'm running a live sale on certain items, more people are coming to my closet and actually checking out all of the other things that I have for sale too. So you can really have a win-win here. Once your live sale ends, just make sure to wait a couple minutes and all of these sales that you've made will come through. If people purchased more than one item, those items will be bundled under the same shipping label so that they don't have to pay extra, but just be aware of the weight and upgrade your labels if necessary. One of the new features that just came out with Posh live shows is your Posh show summary report. So after you end your sale, a screen will pull up that says congratulations on your live show, and it will tell you how many viewers attended your sale, how long your sale went on for, how much your total earnings were, how many listings you sold, and how many buyers you had as well. If you are not familiar with all of the new features that Poshmark has for their live sales, definitely check out their blog post that shares up-to-date features. Let me know down below if you guys have already ran your own live sale. I would love to know what your experience has been. And if you're on the waiting list, let me know if you have any more questions about running a live sale. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye!